All right. Before I even start with anything, I'm probably going to at least wait for some people to show up. At least let me go ahead and get this going here. Everything should be. I'm just gonna turn this off just to be safe. But nothing should be on my end. What is this? Oh, no live. Yeah, I know. All right. So I really wish there was a way to just copy the link in order to, you always have to make this a pain in the ass. Give me a moment. Because I'm pretty sure in ROM hacking I can find some, there we are. I just need that short form YouTube thing. All right, so. I'm just gonna post this in here on the RTC Discord. So if you want to see me do some research, have at it. Okay, I'm just gonna minimize that, and minimize this. Okay, looks like people are showing up. So, all right, hi. So basically, I'm just kind of doing this because I feel like working on something because I just haven't felt well tonight. So I was like, just gonna take the day off. Going to just, just relax and see if working on something that I've been wanting to work on for a while now will help brighten my mood. Also, this is just kind of a, I don't know how to put this, just kind of just relaxed, just kind of impromptu thing. Feel free to ask questions if you feel like asking me anything, so on and so forth. Just, keep me company is what I'm trying to say. Um, but I decided to, before I begin, I decided to get these drinks. They're like these ice coolers that apparently Colombia has been really kind of pushing. Or I've seen them quite a bit. They're relatively new, so I was kind of curious about them. So the two that I got at the gas station, well, not really the gas. It's like a 7-Eleven for Latin America. It's called OXXO. Um, was so there are two colors. There's green, which is apple, and red, which is fusion berries. Both are in English. I just realized that. Actually, like is also in English. But yeah, they were really pushing these like several months ago. So I was like, good time as any to try them out. And before anyone says anything about oh, those are foofy drinks, I was like, you know what? I am confident enough in my masculinity to drink any sort of girly looking drinks that I want. So screw you if you think that. So um, to see those paying attention, choose a color, and I'll start with that one. So, and I didn't get just two. I had more. I just picked these two. I got like 6 because they're, of course, rather weak. So I'll just be knocking these back. So red or green? First comment will help me choose. And I'm gonna go and get this going here. Okay, so wondering if the chat is working. What is going on with this here? Hold on. Top chat. It's gonna be. Oh wait, there's one viewer. The one viewer that is here. Would you want to use from me, or something along those lines? Um, who is? Let me see if I can see. That's cute. Let me see if I can see who's on so that I can just call them out in the here you are. Oh, it's just me. Oh, I'm the part. That's sad. Um, so I'll just wait for someone to pop in. Uh, or I don't know. Maybe I'll wait a few minutes and then I'll. Or I could just ask my Discord. Um, so I think I'll ask my Discord really quick, and that way, let's see here. I should have put a hearing notification anyway, but whatever. Um, so green apple, green or mixed berry, red. Wait. Oh. Barely wake. Hopefully things go well. Choose a color for me. So, apple green or berry red. So, then that way we can just why not? But it'd be kind of hard to do both at like the same time. Just pick one. Again, first comment that I see on either my Discord or my on my Discord or the chat box is fine. So so I think I want to just go over just really quick what I am planning to do here. Barry, then there we go. So although you know what, even though you prefer green, you said berry first, so I'm gonna go with that. Looks like you have to kind of tear off this thing here. This is annoying. All right, so while I get this open, the whole purpose of this is to look at how the PlayStation BIOS handles exceptions and kind of hijack the jump that that happens when you get like a bad exception to where it just hangs the game, and make it just return as if nothing ever happened. Very similar, sort of, kind of, to how it's actually pretty good. It's like there's no alcohol in it, mainly because there barely is any. but it's not bad. So basically, hijack the jump location so that it just returns. So very much like my Genesis handler. The problem with the PlayStation and MIPS in general, and the thing is, if I can figure this out, this could potentially apply to things like the Nintendo 64 and other MIPS-based consoles. So that'd be cool. Although I'm sure that the Nintendo 64 kind of does its own thing. And given the fact that its cartridges is probably stored on ROM, I would guess. I don't know enough about the memory map of the Nintendo 64 to really know if the beginning of the memory map's RAM or if the beginning of the memory map's cartridge ROM. But if I had to guess, it's probably cartridge ROM, maybe like the Genesis, I would say. So, so I can apply this to the N64, maybe. It really depends on how it works. So here's the plan of attack. So find error, jump location, replace with jump to return from exception, which we know where that is. So if I could type, yeah, from except. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing a letter. Then something along these lines. So that's kind of like the long and short of it. Now, with that said, there are some caveats. So one, since this is in RAM, games can patch this. So my biggest concern is that if I find this, it might only work on some games because maybe other games might write in their own exception handling routine, and if it does that, then you're kind of on your own. You kind of have to you would kind of have to reverse engineer that particular game, and figure out where the jumps are. Although once we figure out like the offset for the error, which I have yet to find, I've only been able to find return from exception from reverse engineer documentation that I found. It would probably be pretty easy to find with like just a hex search. So I'm thinking that once we get through the hard part, it'll make it a lot easier. Games can patch in their own handlers, and I've seen this actually. In one of my live streams of like a demo disc, there was like a sledding game or snowboarding game or something. Can't remember what it was called. You would probably know. Um, and basically, it actually had a debugging exception handler. So, let me see here. Their own their own handler. Okay. So that's a problem. 2, not completely foolproof. So foolproof. A corruption could. Are you streaming anything on screen, or is it supposed to be? Oh shit. Thanks. So everything should be fine. Yeah, I forgot to turn that on. So I'm kind of typing this out. So, thanks for the heads up. I would have been totally doing this blind and not having a good night. I need more to drink. Okay. So not completely foolproof, but a corruption could, in theory, yeah, in theory, completely overwrite RAM. Erasing the handler completely. Oops. So that would be something where you could write the most sophisticated handler in the world, but if you hit a corruption and it just decides to just mass write zeros in like the first 10,000 hex bytes of RAM, then you've got nothing there. So the the whole program would just hang, I think. Actually, it would just no op until it ran into code again, which I guess would work. It would probably just reset over and over again. If I had to guess, it would depend on how the game was written. But basically, since it's volatile RAM, corruptions could undo the changes. And then there's a third one, BIOS revisions. This is for SPCH 1001 that I think I'm doing this on. So things could get moved around. That would not be too difficult to figure out, because you could just load up each BIOS and basically, how to put this in words, and basically see if it's in the same place. So maybe different could fuck up patch. So we could put integrity checks in place. So with my Lua script, when I corrupt things, I could probably put in the Lua script something that can at least check the sanity of the RAM. Maybe a one-time thing, maybe not like each and every time. Sure, everything is valid. So those are some caveats to what I am going to try to attempt and propose. So, so let's go over how the PlayStation really quick handles exceptions. And so with the Genesis, the reason why it was so easy was, am I familiar with Net Yarose? I really should look at the time chat more often. Give me a moment to I have to get into that habit. So, I don't know if the disassembled or decompiled ROM would be in there. Oh, hi. The non-fan is here. He's just kind of a community member in my Discord and just likes to hang out and chat. I don't think he's ever really been into my videos, but I appreciate you coming. So things are gonna get very technical, so have fun, strap in. So I don't know if that has any any type of documentation that I would find useful. I mean, you're welcome to link it, and I can see maybe, but I've got a good debugger. Another reason why I wanted to do this was I really wanted to test drive the PC oh, what's it called? Fuck. Where is it? Where are you? PSX Redux here. So this apparently has a very robust debugger, and I think it'll prove to be very useful when I'm kind of stepping through code. So so yeah. I mean, non-fan in the sense that you didn't really come from enjoying my videos. You kind of came from another server that I was in that I think I got banned from, and you were kind of curious what happened. And I was like, yeah, okay, So I can't even remember what server that was that we shared at one point. I can't even remember who I pissed off or what exactly I did, but it was one of those servers. Hot swapping cards can easily defeat region locks and restore game content. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, about the Genesis. So the 68,000 has like individual vectors for each exception. So like, for example, illegal instruction, jump to this location. Divide by zero, jump to this location. Line F and line E emulators, jump to this location. Address error, jump to this location. The PlayStation doesn't actually have like a vector table. What it has is one exception vector that handles everything, which is a pain in the ass because then you got to figure out how it handles this. And you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, it has one exception vector, then how does it know which exception? And that is in a special like coprocessor register that determines the cause. So basically, you have to basically do run exception processing, like save all the registers and everything. Then you have to grab this cause, and then based on the bits that are in the cause, because it's not like a code number, it's weird, and I'll show you. Then you kind of run code to handle the exceptions that way. So it handles both types of exceptions. It handles interrupts and then handles, whoops, like fatal exceptions, ones that are going to cause the game to crash. That's what we want to focus on. Oh, retro gaming mechanics explained. Yeah, so, yeah, I was probably giving too much shit about John Burton or something, and they got all pissy because of my anti-religious views and bullshit like that. So just as a reminder, I'm just going to be dicking around with this, and I'm going to try and figure a bit more out, and you're just going to kind of hang out with me. So, so basically, because I said something about him on Twitter, I don't know if I was allowed on Twitter at that point. I can't remember exactly when. Maybe I was still active on Twitter at that point. I have to look. Yeah, but when I get pissy, I tend to be a jackass. So, all right. So so basically, the exception vector for MIPS, at least the R3000, might be the same for others, is at offset 80. Why 80? Fuck if I know. So like months ago, I started work on this, and then I kind of stopped. I was going to do a live stream of this one time, and then DuckStation wasn't working, and I think I opened something that was like a little bit personal, and I just kind of just panicked, and I just stopped the stream. It wasn't anything really bad. It was just I can't remember exactly what it was, but the fact that nothing was working right and I was just getting flustered, I was like, okay, fuck this, and I just kind of put it down. This time, I think I've got everything that I need already at the ready. I've gotten better at preparing live streams since then. Kind of. There was one live stream where I did open a few windows that had some personal details in it, and I had to blank it out. And I was reverse engineering Bomb's Revenge, I believe, but I've even taken care of that too. So I think we're good. So here, I think I was just paying a little bit too much attention to what the exception processing does. So here's 80, and apparently it sets the jump register to C80, and then this is kind of the main. Excuse me. This is kind of like the main exception processing code. The thing is all this really is just doing like a save state. So when the game's code gets interrupted, you kind of have to keep track of what the code was doing. Because when you're doing the exception handling, you're going to be overriding registers and everything. So it's pushing all this stuff to the stack and be like, okay, we'll deal with this once we're done with the exception processing. We're just going to store this temporarily for now in memory. So we don't really care about this. What we care about is figuring out what it does with excuse me, with the how to put this, with this cause exception. So this here, it's taking the cause exception, which is labeled as 13, and putting it in the register V0, and that's what this MFC instruction's for. So yeah. So that's kind of where I left off. I did like a jump and link to EA0, and so we got to figure out what it does with this, and that's the fun part. So remember how I said that the code processor has a cause exception, and it's not really a code; it's bits. Yeah. So after some searching a couple nights ago, so to be frank, every night almost for the past few days, it's been eating at my head, and I've been kind of looking into it again. And it's for some reason very difficult to find documentation for the coprocessor instructions, or not instructions, registers. And I finally found this, and this is just some info on the system coprocessor. So it's like, this section provides an overview of the system coprocessor, blah 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 blah. So this is what it uses. You have the status register and the cause register. The cause register is what we care about right now. So it supplies interrupt information and controls the state of the software interrupt bits. So the exception program counter is what the address it actually executed. So that caused the exception. I don't think we need to really worry about this, because we're just going to run the return from exception code anyway, and hopefully it should it should just go to the next instruction. That's what I'm banking on, hopefully. I'll have to test that, because if it returns to the same instruction, then we've got a major problem, because that means that we can't just do a simple jump. We'd actually have to essentially rewrite return from exception and add like the 4 bytes in order for it to skip to the next instruction. I don't think that will happen, but because if it doesn't skip over the 4 bytes automatically, and you hit like an illegal instruction, it'll keep trying to execute the illegal instruction over and over and over and over and over again, and that would be a bad thing. It'd be a very bad thing. So once we find this and everything, we aren't out of the woods yet until we actually test it. So let's see here. Bad virtual addressers call to current address error exception. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Context register. A lot of these is like, who gives a shit? So basically, if we scroll down here, we got this. So there we go. So this is, I'm just going to adjust that just a smidge to make it a bit more readable. This is the cause register. I kind of copied and pasted this from a site. So, I forgot to answer that. Is the PlayStation your favorite console? Let me think about that. Because that's a fucking good question. I want to lean towards yes, just because some of my favorite games were on the PlayStation. Like the two, like three of my most favorite games, if you want to know a little bit more about me, are Breath of Fire 3, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is kind of what I'm using as an example here, because of course, and Final Fantasy 8. Believe it or not, I really liked 8 for some reason. Everyone hates 8. I really liked it. I liked the junction mechanic because there's something about overpowering everyone that I find fascinating. Although 9 was very good too, I just need to go back and play it again someday. But there's a lot of games I need to go back and play it. And then probably after the PlayStation, it's probably a toss up between the PlayStation 2 and the original Nintendo. The Nintendo will always have a special place in my heart. It's the very first console that I ever. It's what made me fall in love with video games. So, but the PlayStation really is what really like made me just blow my mind with how good games can be. Like, don't get me wrong, the Nintendo's great, but yeah. Anyway, good question. So, all right, so this is a fucking hot mess. This is how it was formatted, and there was a link to like some sort of Photoshop file that had the proper rendering for this. So I have that open here somewhere. Here it is. So this is what it should look like. So I believe bits like 1 and 0 are set to 0. Execute code is bits 2 to 5. Software interrupts is apparently 8 and 9. So I guess it can only have 4 software interrupts. Then you have 6 bits for I guess interrupt pending, which whatever. And then CE is code processor error for some reason. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's see. These bits correspond to pending external interrupts. Identify which processor causes. So I could have sworn that software interrupts there'd be a little bit more to that, but it's interesting to say the least, because that means that there's only 4 different software interrupts, which is kind of weird. So we're gonna have to look at this a little bit more and kind of figure out. So yeah, that is so damn strange. Okay, so exception code. We're just gonna do this because these are the ones that we care about. So it's like 2 to 5, and software interrupt is like 8 to 9. So because the weird thing is see the interrupt pending like really fucking bugs me because so it's like 6 bits, so from 10 to 15. Because when I did this that one time, I got something just strange. So I kind of want to figure out why. So I don't think we really need to worry about the coprocessor error or the branch delay. I mean, they're interesting to say the least. So let me see here. Okay, so all right. So let's go ahead and give this a shot and see what it does. So since this always executes the same vector, then we'll just put a. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to, where the hell is it? It was 2e something, right? That's weird. Hold on. What was it? Hold on. Oh, 280. 280. Sorry. So it. That's. I don't know why. That's also kind of strange because 280 should have something that is. Can I pause? That's another thing that kind of makes me scratch my head a bit. Let me look something here really quick. No, that's all right. So I think instead what we're going to do is we're going to just step in. Oh, it's already where I need to be. So if you look at the cause, it's 0040. So it looks like there's 1-bit set, and that is, so it's like, so if we take a look at this here, so 400, you're gonna have 8 zeros for 2 of the nibbles, so each nibble is a hexadecimal digit. And then 4 is like 0100, like that. So this is let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's in 10. So that's bit 10, which means it is essentially an interrupt pending. So I don't know how interrupt pending works. Is there anything that tells us? Interrupt mask. Hold on. I don't know. Where's interrupt pending? See, this is one of those things where I'm just kind of at a loss as to what exactly he's doing. I'm guessing. Yeah, what the hell? Let me read this again. Okay, so corresponds to the pending. Oh, I'm sorry. The pending external interrupts. Ah, okay. That helps. So now that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so this so 10 to 15, that's like so you have external interrupts. Those are things that are like vblank, stuff like that. So I think it's about time that I got a green one here. So let me just see if I can. Well, that didn't rip open the way I wanted it to. That's a stupid thing. I guess that's close enough. There we go. All right. So this one's Apple. So should be good. Someone's going to make a reference to Apple. Yeah. I can see that already. But this is the fruit, so this is the good type of apple, especially, but it has alcohol in it. So anyway, so let's see. He's like a Jolly Rancher. All right. So, you guys remember Jolly Ranchers? Are those still a thing? They aren't in Colombia, that's for sure. Do people still have like Jolly Ranchers? Those are like those are a pain in the ass, because after a while you get tired of sucking on them, and then you kind of chew on them, and then they kind of glue your jaw shut. I was never a big fan of Jolly Ranchers. It's just, so much work for just a little bit of, flavor. So anyway, so let's see here. So I'm guessing 400 is probably something like, V blank or something along those lines. So, but what we want is Xcode. So if we continue to step through this, so it's going to, I want it to follow the program counter, thank you. So it's just going to keep going through here. So this is where we left off, to where it jumps and links to EA0. This is where it figures out what it wants to do with the cause exception or the cause code. So we step in there twice. There's something called a branch delay slot, so it always executes. So for things like jumps and I think word loading, it always executes something after, like, one instruction ahead before it actually makes the jump, which is kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of that, but it was to make things faster. So it's like, instead of wasting cycles, you have the option to actually execute another instruction while it jumps, which is kind of neat. Not really used here for some reason. I've read that the BIOS in the PlayStation was very, very poorly coded and unoptimized, so it doesn't really surprise me. You could put for a jump like this, especially when there's like no branching or anything, where you really don't have to worry too much about executing it by mistake. You could put the first instruction for the jump here, and you'd probably be fine. Because there's no branches at all there, so that could have been a BIOS optimization that you could have done, I think. Again, I am a noob when it comes to MIPS. I mean, I've done some, some reverse engineering in MIPS for, things like Breath of Fire and whatnot, but not too much. So now, for some stupid reason, we've got it's going to write cause to V0 again. Why it does this, I really don't know. Again, I think it's just a poor coding, but we could speculate about that all day. Wouldn't really do much. So, and then gotta scratch my eye. And then we've got EPC, which is I think the where it actually where it jumped. So this should, let me see here, show the address where it will return. So if we do a step in there, okay, so yeah, this all this does is it just, I don't know why it does this, but it's going to return, and yeah, I really don't know why it does it like this, but it's fine, whatever. So when we do another step, so now that you can see that V1, the breakpoint happened at offset 15478. So when all's said and done, when it's done with the exception processing, it should continue execution at 15478, basically. So, and that's actually good to know, because if I invoke an illegal instruction, like if I do like a game short code where it actually breaks something, then I can hopefully see where it decides to return to, maybe, but we'll see. Let's see here. So now we are back to CC0. So it's going to Andy with V003C. And I believe 3C is, so that's going to be like a bit mask. And I believe 3C would be for the bits in Xcode. So if we kind of take a look at that really quick here. So 3C PSX debugging is fun. Kind of. It's a headache. I don't know if fun is the right word, but it's a bit of a headache. Happily. So the only time that you'll see me say anything positive about Apple is when it's in an alcoholic beverage. So okay, so 3C, that is going to be 0011 and then 8. And I believe it's I believe it's these bits. So so basically it's bits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should match with the exception code. Boom. So basically what this is doing is there any, it'd be nice is if, can I file, debug, options, back. Okay. So I was kind of hoping that it would at least allow me to, let me check something here. CPU, show register assembly, show breakpoints, show call stacks, memory editors, memory show type debugger. Yeah, that's something that they'll need to add. That kind of that kind of blows. Kernel events, kernel handlers, kernel. I'm kind of curious about this. Okay, those are just events. Maybe I can learn a little bit more if I look at some of these kernel. Probably not, but handler data probably nothing that I can use, but I haven't looked at them yet. Kind of, yes, but I think given how the PlayStation works, I think what I can do is just modify a jump and then I'd be good. But I really don't know when it returns from an exception if it will return to the bad instruction or if it'll return after. I'm hoping for the latter because if it returns to the same instruction, then we've got a problem. Because then I'll just go into an infinite loop executing the illegal instruction over and over and over again, and no one wants that. So, so yeah. So basically, what this is it is a bit mask for the illegal opcode. So basically, if the exception code or if the exception code is 0, which is just external interrupt, then so let me show you what I mean by this. So it's going to do a branch if not equal, and so if there is something in here, it's actually going to. So if it's an external interrupt, it's going to go to 0 CCC because it'll be equal to 0 because the bit masks will essentially cancel each other out. So if I am correct, let's see here. So we do another step in. So it should, in theory, basically, well, let's see if I'm right here. Yep. So this code here is essentially the external interrupt handler. So this is the handler that handles the good exceptions. So what we want to see is, where does CEC take us? My wife is wondering if I'm home. Let me see if I can. I gotta move some things around. Give me like 2 seconds. This one. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna move this over to my other. Let's see here. Yes. Working on that PSX debugging. He's always concerned if I'm like out or something because basically let me just put that back. There we go. So they're about to go into the movie. She's with her stepdaughter tonight. So basically I should probably say have fun. So okay. He's so sweet. All right. Anyway, so been too busy. Yeah, you know, life tends to do that sometimes. It's totally understandable. So yeah, she went with her stepkid to go see a movie because basically her stepkid is going to be away for like a week, so she wants some time with her this weekend. So that's what she's doing. While I'm here drinking and fucking with the PlayStation. Fun times. They're seeing a Spanish movie anyway, so I wouldn't be able to understand like 90% of it. So that's all good. My stepdaughter actually recently turned 17 uh, last weekend. So yeah, so she's like 1 year away, and she still acts like she's 12. I don't know what we're gonna do with her when she turns 18, but I'm hoping maybe in the next year she'll kind of have like a come to Jesus moment and kind of just grow up. But that's like asking for the moon. Anyway, kind of one of those stressful things that tends to get to both myself and my wife. So just raising a teenager. Oh, it sucks. I know there are teenagers here. I get it, but when you're the parent, it sucks. Um. Anyway, so so what we gotta do is so I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna kind of like look through here. So it's going to load word from. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Give me a second. So the value is stored at v1. So whatever data it was executing, I think, and then it does a few other things. I think SRL is like a subtract, and then it does um a quick big mask with FE. I can't remember what LI is. Again, I'm not too terribly concerned about this because this is kind of what it's essentially what it's doing if it runs into an interrupt. So, but it all goes down to CEC, which is interesting. So I'm gonna take a quick look at this here. So, VO is now at 0, which is kind of weird. Oh wait, that's right. LW is I keep forgetting about that. Um, LW takes a while for it to actually kick in. So now it has that data in it. So it is completely thrown away the cause register, which is actually kind of concerning because like which interrupt was it? It doesn't know anymore, which makes things a little bit weirder. So, and I think it subtracts 18. Oh no, it loads whatever is at 18, which is 8. Wait, what is SRL? Fuck, what is SRL? I can't remember. Um, doesn't tell me much. Oh, it's shift right logical. Gotcha. Okay. Why does that? I don't know. This is the fun part where, I'm kind of so it gets shifted right 18 bits. So it's kind of truncating it to just 8F, which is interesting. And then it is ANDed with FE, which is also interesting. Which shouldn't really, well, no, it should make it 8E, I think. Yeah, it does. And then I can't remember what LI does. God damn it. What's LI? Load constant value immediate into. Okay, gotcha. So that's just a load immediate. This is how much of a noob I am with this here. My cousin still acts like she's 16 and is 31. No idea how she got through life. I have a sister that's like around 50, and I swear when she like talks to guys, she acts as though she's like a 16-year-old teenager, and it's like the cringiest shit ever. Maybe probably because I'm like her brother and whatnot, but like for those that don't know, I am on the spectrum, but like she's like even more on the spectrum, I think, which is kind of weird. But like she's like really just not very good with just social skills and whatnot. Anyway, so that's load immediate. Okay, gotcha. So load immediate goes into Sephora goes into AT here. So I'm kind of just curious what all this is. Where is it? Oh, it is. So interesting how that already has. Huh, okay. Oh yeah. That just replaces everything, does it? Okay. See, this is why you have to save everything during exception handling. All this stuff gets rewritten. But what I'm wondering is, so let's keep stepping through here really quick because we kind of want to be here now because we need to figure out what this does. So, okay, so I believe store word means you're going to store what was originally in V1. Was that written? Hold on. No. This should still be the return value. Oh, you could edit? Oh shit. I didn't realize that. We may have to play with that later. What we could do, so this would be interesting. What we don't even need to actually like make an legal instruction. We could just create our own. We could just. Oh wait, hold up. Can I do that with? Why is it that I can like? Man. Okay, that sucks. I was hoping that I could edit the actual coprocessor 0 um, registers because then I could just put the cause whatever I want, and it sucks that I can't. So okay, we might have to dick with that later once we have a better idea of how all this works. So, but the thing is, that got like, and then let's see here, step in, and then again V0 just kind of gets changed one more time here. Oh, and it jumps to V0. So it just jumps to 641C? I guess. So it seems as though this whole routine, the whole purpose of this routine is just to do different shit based on whether it's an external interrupt or another type of interrupt. If it's an external interrupt, you need to do some extra shit. If it's not, then we just go to the next step. Okay. That's fun. Anyone learning anything? Because I sure as fuck aren't. All right. Fucking hell, man. Alrighty. Sorry if this is so slow. Again, I'm just kind of like my other videos. I kind of have a general idea of the whole flow of this. I am stepping into uncharted territory, so it might take a little bit longer. So basically, well, was I right with that? V zeros is there. So, all right. So yeah, so there's a 641C. What's the 2442 here? That's kind of weird. But we're going to jump to 641C. It looks like. Boom. All right. So yeah, that's fun. All right. At some point, it's going to have to um it's going to have to pull from the cause register again. It has to, right? Because unless it saved it somewhere, but I don't think it did. Did it? I don't think it did. It might have. I hope not, because that'd be a pain in the ass. Yeah, let's just keep stepping through here and get kind of a general idea here. So we're going to be looking for some sort of hold on. Okay, that does a return. All right. I'm not too terribly concerned about that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 no operations. You're probably asking yourself, why so many no operations? It's because, as I mentioned earlier, software can write their own shit in here. So I think they add this sort of space to basically oh, now that's interesting. It's going to pull the status again. So okay, all right, that's fine. So it's gonna store more shit and into, and then K0. I think it's just yeah K0 is just a okay. So, little, not much. No one actually did it because it's not worthwhile. Oh, you mean stop patching the libraries and exception handler? Yeah, maybe. I think its best use was for like debugging, like that one game that I encountered where they wrote their own like exception handler, which I thought was kind of cool. So anyway, so now we've got things are getting a little bit more interesting. Yeah, okay. So saving more registers into at the table at K0, which I can't remember. So K0 is in a different address space. It's like A000 blah 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 blah. Which is like a K swag or something. There's things about MIPS that make my head hurt. How there's different memory spaces depending on if you're in like kernel mode or user mode, and then there's I think something for Scratchpad as well. Something where I kind of read it and I didn't quite understand it. So, but this is good because we've got another read on. Oh no, wait, that. So it actually reads the status into A0. What the fuck was the status again? Shit. Hold on. I think. Oh yeah, this is status, and it's just which interrupts are enabled. What sort of, are you in kernel or user mode? Stuff that I think we don't need to worry about, except for maybe this. Oh, those are, wait. So BEV. I think that is exception vectors that might be for, like, when it's doing the bootstrap where before it's able to kind of put the exception handler in place. So like if an exception happens before that. So this would be if there was an error in the BIOS itself, maybe. So probably not something that we need to worry about. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm not even too sure how that would. I guess if you're still in BIOS mode, I don't know. One of those things where I'm kind of scratching my head. Again, the R3000 is very complex compared to what I'm used to. There's a lot of extra complicated bullshit to it. I think this is how I know that I could never be like a microprocessor designer or anything like that, because I don't know how people write these emulators, because they have to look through all of this unless it's something that's like extremely high level. And I'm pretty sure most PlayStation emulators probably don't emulate these registers like completely, or at least accurately. I'm not too sure. I don't know how accurate MIPS emulation is, but I get the feeling that like implementing all of this in some sort of emulation core would be a fucking pain in the ass. But again, I'm not a software developer. I'm a hobbyist. So yeah. So okay, so that at least tells me that it checks the status register into A0. Where is A0? Oh, it's right there. So status register is now 40020404. So it's like what, 4 bits? 4-bit set, I believe. So yeah. It is reasonably accurate, but nowhere near perfect. Yeah. In all fairness, I think most processor cores can be said the same way to various levels of accuracy. I think the only processors that could be considered like practically perfect for all intents and purposes would be like the 68,000 and the 6502 derivatives, probably. So that would cover the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, maybe the PC Engine, TurboGrafx 16, and things like the Game Boy, like the Z80 processors. But I think the more complicated ones, probably not so much. But I think we've got cycle accuracy on like the 8 and 16-bit processors at least. So, but yeah, there's a lot of just nuance here. But what we care about is the is the cause register. So that gets put into A1, which should be 4,000, right? Or I'm sorry, not 4,400. My mistake. Not going to happen. Okay, Mr. Pessimist. I mean, we could get cycle accurate MIPS at some point. Who knows? So now we've got another read of cause. And I'm thinking maybe this time we'll see some sort of switch statement, which would kind of suck if you think about it, because then that means that I actually have to go into the error thing and have it jump to return to exception from there, which actually, now that I think about it, might not be that bad, because there's already going to be a jump instruction to itself to infinite loop it. So maybe. Oh, it's pushing everything, all the registers. Okay, that's actually a good sign. Wait, hold up. Did it actually push? Oh, it did push A1. Okay, so it pushed Wait, it pushed the cause in like 90 for some reason. Oh. That's actually interesting because if it pushed it to like A0033, then it could read from there. I didn't even think of that until just now. Oh, that's that. I mean, I think it's just pushing it to a stack, but still, it's pushing shit in like a weird ass order. Has anyone noticed that? It's not like, oh my god, this I I don't like how this BIOS is written. It doesn't make sense. And I've read how poorly this BIOS is written, and I just look at this and go, why? At, at least at least have some form of order here. I just want to cry. Okay, okay. So that's going to, hopefully that won't pose a problem. Again, what we want to do is we want to find the error um routine. So we just have to keep, a part of me wants to just just completely just comment through this whole thing and kind of figure out how it works, but I have to keep reminding myself that it doesn't fucking matter. In the sense that what we really need is that jump address. So we just have to keep looking through here. So that handles, um I can't remember what MFI is. I want to say motherfucker high, but uh if I smoked pot, that'd be a really funny joke, but deliberate obfuscation to prevent pirates from reading their code. Uh I I don't I maybe I mean, it's possible. It's just doing it in a weird fucking order. It just pissed me off. What is MF high anyway? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Let me see here. Oh. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. I think. Okay. So I know what this is doing. It is essentially taking the multiply or divide registers and pushing them to the stack as well. See, you have MFI, and you're putting that into AO, then you're pushing that to the stack, then you're taking the lower 32-bit value, and you're pushing it to the stack. So this is more just stack pushing. Oh, weed is, I think, decriminalized here. I think people do smoke it in public. I mean, if it is illegal, I don't think it's enforced. So I think now would be a good time for me to get a couple more of those drinks. I need like maybe 5 seconds. Give me a moment. At least I was able to figure it out. Where I was like, okay, what was MFI again? It's like, okay, it's pulling from those registers because those are special registers, and you can't just push those registers to the stack. You kind of have to pull them from their little special place, then push them to the stack. Kind of like how the 6502 kind of has to do that with certain registers, like status registers and whatnot, which is kind of annoying. Kind of wish it didn't have to do that, but yeah. So we solved that mystery. Maybe we'll rock down the block some. Feel this cat likes plastic. Pumpkin. Has anyone met Pumpkin, the white and orange cat? Here. He is. I'm just gonna grab you really quick. Yes, you are. Okay. He likes bits of plastic, so when I'm opening these things that have like a plastic cover on them, he's like, "Is that plastic?" He likes to try and eat plastic, which he shouldn't do, because then it gets trapped in his tummy, and then that's a expensive surgical procedure. So we gotta be careful that he doesn't chew on any of that. Yeah, he's a jerk. So, all right, I'm gonna put him back up there, and open this up. Pumpkin, pumpkin. He's like staring at the plastic. No, go away. Stop it. So those two instructions are pushing that there. And then it's doing more shit. It's at so. Let's go back here. Okay, so load upper immediate. So SP is going to get. Where's SP? Is going to get, I think, the upper 4 bits all zeroed out, I believe. Oh, wait. No, I guess load upper immediate means that the lower part gets replaced with zeros as well. And then S3 is going to get 100. Okay. Then SP and S3 will get it's interesting. Wait, so whatever's yeah, I don't know what that's going to. Okay, A5D8. Okay, that's fine. And then S3 will get whatever's in S3, I guess. They're stored at 100, I guess. Which is A00, E004. That's fine. And then GP got something. Fuck. This is just hurting. Again, I really shouldn't be stressing about this whole thing. This is not what we care about. Which, hold on. Which has the, okay, A1 has the cause. Okay. So that's what we care about the most. Man, you know, for an exception handler, this does a lot. So, man, if I was like meticulously writing through all this would have driven me nuts. That's why I was like, I just need to find that error thing here. So, actually, I should probably. Where is D40? Is no. D4C. I should probably keep track of when it reads those registers, just so that I can break there and edit the register and then edit the register contents myself. Cause read at what was it? D4C. Okay. So, because that might be the one where we actually have to like intervene, but at the same time, yeah, that's gonna be a problem because there. Well, I mean, yeah, the fact that it reads it more than once. Yeah, that would be a problem because since it reads it more than once, and I can't edit the coprocessor registers. Yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? Ah, fuck. Never mind. Because it would still the handler would still do other things as if it was handling a software interrupt. So yeah, that would work. Shit. It would be not so I'll probably have to force it to like I'll have to like make some sort of edit somewhere to where I can essentially um yeah. That sucks. So okay. Anyway, where was I? Okay. So we need to keep looking. I wish I could like break on like a register read or something like that, but I don't think I can. Uh maybe. It really depends. It really depends on how it handles the return from the exception. Um so this is more shit. We need to be paying attention to register A1. That is the register where we need to go, oh shit. Basically, this is where it's checking the cause. So, but at the same time, we also got to be looking at load word with see, these are all store words. There's also load word, and if it's pulling from like the 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 table at like K0, then that's something that we may have to look at as well. So, but I don't think it is because it is a because it seems like it's so it's just part of the stack. So that's just keeping track of maybe. But what? The, this is the part of the stream where I start to admit that I might have gone in over my head. Um, but let's keep going here. What I may want to do is let's see here. Uh, so see that's a problem because S1 is I. Oh no! It was A1. It was A1. Shit. Okay. We're still good. We're still good. So we're just gonna keep, and we're going to jump a link to S1 for some reason. Now, is that what we want, or is that going to lead us to where we need to go, or because it's all dependent on this? God damn it. Ugh, fuck. Sure, let's just jump there. Download that. And then I guess subtract with hold on. T's. So A0 was something else, I guess. Okay. At this point, I'm just kind of going through here. Let's see. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm just slowly walking through this and just hoping for the best at this point. Because this exception handler is just crazy. Yeah, the way that I was originally going to do this would have just driven me insane. there has to be a place where, what was it again? A1? I keep thinking it's S1 and it's A1. I need to remember that it's that. There's a lot of shit going on here. See, this is why the Genesis was so easy. You didn't have to deal with this long, elaborate exception handler, you know. And again, apparently it was also written poorly, so who knows how much of this is unneeded bullshit. Let's see here. But we're still in the handler, so it's like if we jump to like God, what was it? Like let me see here. If we jump to 15478 all of a sudden, then we're in trouble because then we will have skipped through it. But we need to see when does it. And A1's still 400, so it's still got the cause in there. I just don't know what the fuck all this other shit is. And again, I keep trying to tell myself that it doesn't fucking matter. I shouldn't worry about it. I keep telling myself that. Who cares? Let's just. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to invoke an legal instruction and just keep stepping in and until I find something that looks like a like an infinite loop or something, and then I can be like, okay, it's there, and I think that might work. Just to clarify, though, this will not completely stop crashes from happening in PSX games. There's always going to be a way to soft lock a game. Like my Genesis corruptions, I have written a wonderful little exception handler that handles essentially all cases that just tries to recover from. And you know, I took quite a bit of time to make sure that it was, you know, perfect. And even with that, there's still ways to lock up the game. Although it's a lot easier to corrupt, it's certainly not foolproof. Okay. Wait, hold up. It's going to load 2 into immediate, and so that's gone. So the question now is, what is it going to load this time? Is it going to load? I'm starting to think that whatever the external interrupts are doing, it probably set some things in memory to follow this path. Because now, okay, now what we need to do, because I don't think, unless it's in unless they pull it from the stack or something, I don't think. Yeah, that's a problem. So I gotta rethink this. Oh, God damn it. Sorry. I'm just like, because this sucks. Um, what we may want to try is let me look at something here really quick. Are you telling me? Oh God. This has Lua? Huh. I could maybe use Lua for this. However, the thing that kind of sucks. Oh, what a system configuration. Is that I don't think. Is there a memory editor? Ooh, that's kind of nice. Okay. 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 So let me make sure this just all matches here really quick. What I might be able to do is I might be able to just edit the memory instead of using like a GameShark code. And that would probably work. But I'm not too sure. Okay. At least I know that these are little Indian when it comes to actual instructions, so that kind of helps. But if we were to go to... No, I don't want to change the value. I was just... Where are these other ones? These are... Interesting. Anyway. I was got a 15478. Is there a quick way to... One... Oh. If I was to change, like... I think if I was to change this to like 01, and if I ran it... You know what? Let's do that. I think that should trigger an illegal instruction. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Pause. 28. So I don't know what this will do, but let's take a look at and see what 28 is. Because I get the feeling that due to it having like a valid external interrupt, I think it was just I just got the feeling that it's not where we needed to be. So I just decided to very quickly invoke a an illegal instruction. So 28 is because we were getting nowhere with that. I thought it'd be pretty quick, and I was wrong. So slightly different. So plan of attack. We're gonna add 0. Breaky. All right. Fine. I'm just naming it Breaky. So because I'm silly like that, and I'm starting to feel the effects of the alcohol. So yay. Oh, is this another full one? Okay, cool. As I get progressively more drunk. All right. So, step 0, break the game. Step. What was the what address did I like decide to like 1547C. Okay. 15. Oh, that's actually very close to another place that tried to do. We'll do a 47C because that's where I decided to break it. So that's the new break point. Literal break point, like break the motherfucker break point. Gigi, what do you want? I've got another cat here. He's like the little kitten. Many of you probably haven't seen him, but he's a spicy boy. He's a very spicy boy. He is knocking things over. He's like, please put me down. So yeah, he's interesting. He's yeah. The only thing that I can say is spicy. He will play and attack with you and do all these other things. He doesn't like to be held, except by my mother-in-law. Um, like usually cats will like choose like one person as like their favorite person. He chose my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law took care of him for a while when we thought he had feline leukemia, which we found out later that he didn't, and it was a false positive. So, so he bonded with my mother-in-law. So, yeah. Anyway, um, but he is fucking adorable. He's really cute. So, um, so let's take a look and do some bit math and figure out what was it again? Hold up. What was the cause? 28. So 28 is going to be so let's take a look at 28. So 28, I just find it easier to do it like this. So 0, 1, 0, and then it's 1, 0, 0, 0. So we know that the first two bits are 0, and then it's like these 5 bits or wait, 5 bits like that. Not 6 bits spread, 5 bits. And that is cause number 10? Cause 10, I think. So 10 is reserved instruction exception. So we got the right one, didn't we? So I like that. I like that. What I did shows exactly what I was expecting. So that's always a good thing. So I like how quickly I was able to generate. Got something in my mouth. To generate that exception. So now we're getting somewhere. I probably should have done that from the beginning, but I thought that the exception handler would have been more straightforward. I was wrong. So let's see what happens. Let's just kind of step this through and see what happens when we run into this exception. So this will be very interesting. All right. What's the EPC? 1547C. That makes sense. That's where I triggered the. Where are you going, Pumpkin? Okay. So let's just step in and just keep stepping in and see where it goes. So we've already gone through all this. That's fine. And it's going to do it again because it's stupid. That's fine too. This time it's going to skip all this bullshit and start working on this. That's fine. And at some point it's going to have to read the cause again because it overrode it. So, and that's fine. And we have all that and blah 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 blah. Now it gets the status in A1. That's fine. So now we're at D54 and it's still pulling shit. Same as the other exceptions. It's still pulling shit. Still pulling shit. Okay. Jumps over there. This is stuff that I think we went over before. V1, both A1, both A1 and V1 have 28 in them, so it's interesting. But we should like see something bad happen like once. Man, you know, for a bad instruction, it still goes through like a lot of shit. But it should run into like some sort of how much of this. If you guys like notice like any sort of and now A0 and A1 they have other shit in them. So it goes like okay, wait, hold on. 1 BB8, 1 C20, 1 BB8, 1 C20. Huh. So is man. Okay. Hmm. Huh. It part of me wants to say that I reached this jump because so usually whenever you have some sort of error um so where did it jump to first? Unless what's S0 doing? Okay. E0 EC. I think it's a loop. Yeah, it's a loop. What's it a loop for? So I think the problem with this is I don't know if this is the error routine because it's not very apparent, or what it is. Hmm. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't know exactly what this is. Because it loops, but it feels like it loops forever. Or at the very least, it loops for a very long time. Wait, hold on. I need to take S1 and T9. Hold up. So I think the thing that's bugging me is what the heck is this doing when this is an illegal instruction? Because again, illegal instructions should just, you know, just just run in just run in an infinite loop, not. So S1, I want to watch S1 really quick. So that's 2000. So let's see, 5874. So that's 0 increments. Wait, did oh that got me out somehow. Okay, so that was a loop. Which I just had to step in enough. But still, really fucking weird to be going through over what is essentially a what is essentially an illegal instruction, because if you check here, the cause is still an illegal instruction. What all is this doing? But at the same time, jump to T0. IC4. Wonder where that's going to take me. Did it jump to? Did hold up? It jumped to BIOS. So is the system error like in the BIOS itself? We just need to figure out. Okay, so it jumps to A0. C4. This might be where. Let me look at these really quick here. Because these look like just standard jumps. LA. And then jump. Um. T1. So T1. Okay. So 100. 40. 100. 40. Huh. I think this is the area where. When does it get that? so complex that like it's T0 300. It's like all of these are pointers for okay. But that's all in the BIOS. So I know the memory map BF C0 is the BIOS. I'm half tempted to edit that. That just looks like a pointer. What would happen if somehow damn it. I think we found the I think the error routine or the error jump, I think maybe. But I'm not too sure. It's kind of hard to tell. But I don't know how we got there. And I think that's kind of the thing that kind of bugs me. But what if we just did a return from exception? So I have no idea if this will work. But if we do F40, that would be let's see here. 0F. Oops. So wait, hold on. 0F, not 04. This should return from exception. But my main concern is I don't know if it'll be just for that one exception or if it'll be for all exceptions. I guess I could do a search for it and see, but I don't know. This is really just a shot in the dark, honestly. I think I've had enough of these where, and it's really hacky, and I have no idea what I just did. Other than I believe that I might have gotten myself out of this. Maybe. But it looks like, see, it really all depends on whether or not A0 is the right, is essentially the right table. So if it's not, that could pose a huge problem because fuck, I don't know what that will do. But we'll see what happens. So eventually it should bring us back to 1547C, which will bring us back to so it did precisely what I was afraid it was going to do, which is a huge. So it's the Genesis conundrum where there are some instructions that sorry, that's just I get the feeling that so that's a bit of bad news. So basically, um, sorry, I'm just like no, maybe. I mean, the only way to fix that would be to somehow edit the instruction um but how to do that is the question. So I do want to write that down because that might be what we need. Um, if I just had like an actual um actually fully disassembled BIOS, I might be able to figure it out, but it did exactly what I was afraid it was going to do. And that is, it just decided it's like, nope, that's not going to work. And, sorry, that's just a disappointment. So, I've got to figure out how to add 4 to the program counter in order to essentially skip ahead. And I don't know how to do that. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything in my arsenal that I could just come up with that could quickly do that, and maybe by editing what's in the BIOS, because yeah, I mean, uh, I think I might want to end it here just because I'm at a bit of a standstill because of the fact that I'm going to need like a lot more to this, and I think the biggest challenge is going to be essentially rewriting the whole. So let's hold on one second. Let's go through this one more time because I need to figure out when it does this because that's what I was afraid of. See, it started to work and then it returned you to the exact same address, which means it needs to be adjusted in order to treat it as like a no operation, which fucking blows. But that's just how it goes. I guess. So oh god, I would have to go through. Man, what was that? It's gonna go through all this again. God damn it. It's a loop. That's what I was afraid of. So it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, which means I would have to think this over and kind of figure out. But is so. And the thing is, I want to do it without. Um, I want to do it without um, modifying return from exception because that'll fuck other things up. So that's the problem. We have to do it within the. I guess we would have to do it within the BIOS and just modify it in the stack, which is usually what tends to happen. Um. So, but if it was pulling from the stack, at least that tells us that it's returning the right way. I think. So that's good. But yeah. Um. Let's see here. Where do we go from here? Okay, so 5d8 is essentially where it jumps to whatever pointer. So that helps. So we're learning things slowly. Let's see here. 5d8 is when it jumps to the pointer for the BIOS. I guess for the BIOS, which is fine. Whatever. All right. So when it does this, hold up. So K0. So there's nothing here. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing here that has what we need. So when we did the jump, like so. So it looks like okay. If we scroll up, it looks like it stores where we need to go. Wait, hold up. No, hold on. So, okay, hold on. K0 becomes what? 100. And then it loads from, I guess, from whatever's stored in 108. So that's like A094E2, basically. Right? That's not what we want. Oh, okay. It's just I think it's setting out the pointer, which is fine. So that just sets A0 into whatever. Okay. This is where it starts to load everything back up, which is cool. That's what we need to change, basically. Which, and I think the problem with that is that A0 could be anything. Because if it's like nested exceptions, it could be something different. So I don't know if that would always be the same or not, but I'm starting to wonder if I should enlist help in the PSX dev community. But again, I don't think it's anything that would be simple as just redirecting a jump, so to speak, because it's not. I think I might want to stop it here because one, I want to use the restroom, and two, I've kind of hit a bit of a brick wall because I think it depends on way too many variables. I think so unless, hold up, that is, well, we don't know where that is. That's the problem. So if we were to take the EPC and put it in K0 and then it just get overwritten. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end it here, and then I've got to rethink this whole thing because the way it returns kind of screws you, if that makes any sense. So yeah, not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So I'll see you guys next time. I just want to delve deeper into this and see how feasible it is, and it's looking like it kind of isn't. So I've got to figure out something in my head, but at least I kind of have an idea. Thanks. Although I'm not that drunk, am I? But maybe a bit buzzed. I think I'm just gonna play some Quake and call it a night. But see you around for next time.